questions, raise your hand with the microphone to you.
Obviously a tough loss for us. I thought our guys played extremely hard. They hung in there, kept fighting. Obviously, a couple plays they like to get back. I was very proud of our football team tonight. We continue to get better, and that's the whole key for the football team. Make strides forward, and wins will come. So, very proud of our team tonight.
Darryl, where did you feel like the biggest improvements came tonight?
I thought we were more consistent on offense. I thought Rob played a great game other than one throw. I thought he played a great game in terms of creating plays that we thought he could do all along. I thought we played great run defense. Guys came up and hit people. So we're making strides.
The way that your team reacted in kind of those adverse situations, they kept fighting. That was something we talked about, I think, after the first week, that they not kind of give up or give in. And so I'm guessing just pleased with that kind of aspect of this one?
Our guys are mature, and they're starting to understand that, adversity is part of the football game. And the only way you come out of the adversity is to work through it. And I thought we did a good job of that tonight. Obviously got to keep getting better, but I thought we're starting to see things the way we need to see them.
Questions?
Rob, I know you're sort of a bottom line guy, win or loss, but do you feel like there were a lot of good steps taken tonight?
I mean, there were definitely some improvements on offense. Still not where we need to be, but it was an improvement, definitely.
Rob, just kind of take us through the interception and kind of what did you see there?
It was man coverage, and I dropped back, and to be honest with you, I thought we were getting held. And I threw the ball, and number 2 is a good player, and he made a good play. And looking back on it, there's a million things I wish I would have done. Wish I wouldn't have thrown it. Wish I would have gotten to my second read, third read. But that was the difference in the game.
BJ, you were kind of the spark plug on offense. Can you talk about what you thought about your performance tonight?
I'd say my performance tonight was mediocre. Even though I scored, I wasn't very pleased with some of my other aspects of the game. I'm still learning a lot about it. So, it was an improvement from the last game. So as long as I improve each game, I'm somewhat happy.
BJ, just the step forward for this offense, though. Just what do you think the biggest step was tonight for this offense?
And I think we had a lot more big plays. As a receiving core, we were challenged with that the first couple of games, and tonight we really produced a couple big plays and kind of stepped up. And I think we were more consistent.
Darryl, do you feel like you got the ball in BJ's hands in some good positions tonight, maybe better than you had in the first couple of games?
Yeah, there was an emphasis to do that, and even his last couple of drives, we were talking about things to get it in his hands because he can make some plays for us, and we need to continue to do that. So that's going to be a key point for us going forward.
If Darryl and Rob could just kind of speak to the way the offensive line played, they knew they were going to be tested, and they seemed like they held up pretty well.
Especially against the defensive line of Notre Dame, which is a good front. I thought they did exceptionally well. Obviously, we haven't seen the film yet, so you have to go back and look at the film and see how well they grade out. But I thought they did play better, and I thought they protected him for the most part pretty well. And I'm not sure how many rushing yards that we had, but it's probably something that we need to get a little bit better at. But I thought they took a step forward.
And I thought they did a phenomenal job. I really did. They held up great, and they fought their tails off, and we scored points. We scored points, and you don't score points unless your offensive line's playing good.
For any player that would like to answer this, it didn't seem tonight that you were, it was such a big moment, obviously, and you didn't seem overwhelmed. You seemed to be almost, obviously, prepared for it. Can you just sort of talk about it? It's a national televised game, and and, you know, just sort of what that meant, you know, for you guys.
Ricardo, you did that?
Well, like we always say, and all I mean, we just say, just have fun. Just like backyard football. Just go out and play like you started. When you first started playing football, it was fun to you. Don't let all the cameras and all the people and all the pressure around you change you. Just go out there and do what you're taught to do, and just play hard.
Can you talk about the atmosphere tonight?
The atmosphere was great. Our crowd they was into it the whole night. Our student section was amazing. The family and everybody around, everything was good. And I wish we would have came out with the better side of it, but we loved the way Ross was rocking tonight.
Ricardo, what happened on the long touchdown pass?
Well, I just got lazy in my technique. It was a perfect call play. I didn't push out fast enough. The quarterback was switching up the cadence, and he usually looked to the sideline. That time he got me. I didn't push out fast enough, and that was on me. That was my fault. I didn't do my job.
Mike, you?
Just Joe, just the way you guys defended the run and just kind of assessed how the linebackers played and probably stuffed the run as well as you guys have done this year.
As a group, the linebackers played good. Our D-line played really good. You know, when they play good, we're going to play good. You know, but it wasn't good enough to get the W, so we still gotta go back and go to work.
Coach Justin Sims had a lot of great plays tonight, including a touchdown catch. Can you talk about his play, especially in the absence of Gabe Holmes?
Yeah, he really did step up. I thought he did a good job of getting himself open and making some tough catches and some tight coverage. Rob stood in on that fourth down to get him the ball on that last touchdown. Since he's been a warrior for us since day one, and continues to make plays, and we need him to.
Ricardo, aside from maybe a couple of the big plays that Notre Dame got, do you guys feel like defensively you're really starting to come together a little bit and can do some real positive things?
Yeah, we can do great things. We gotta make the plays when they're there. That's the thing. You have to make your big play when it's there for you. We had a couple drop balls, we had a couple drop interceptions. We have to make those plays. When it's third down, we have to get off the field. We've been doing great. Our coaching staff is doing great. They take us through everything. I can promise you, we played that game twice in practice before we got out there. We knew exactly what they were going to run. Our coaches are doing a great job preparing us for teams, and I feel like that's one of our strongest points.
Darryl, you talked before the Cincinnati game as far as getting a win to validate what you guys have done since you took over the program. Not that you're into moral victories, but does this help validate some of the things that you've been trying to get across?
I'm not sure if it validates or doesn't validate it. I know that we are getting better, and that's the whole key for this program right now, is to make sure we continue to improve. You're right, I'm not into moral victories. You're absolutely right. So it's always hard when you don't get what you're supposed to get. Well, you're supposed to get, yeah.
Joe, just the way you guys kind of came together with offense and defense, I mean, you guys needed the big turnover, you got it at the end of the game. I mean, you feel like you made some steps, we're talking about scheme kind of steps you made, but just in terms of the group coming together, do you feel like you guys made strides tonight too?
We did. You know, we've grown a lot closer since then. You know, we're becoming a family, and once we become a family, we're starting to play better, and we can see that. But we're not there yet. We still got a couple steps to take.
Got time for one or two more if there are any?
Darryl, I remember after the Cincinnati game, you spoke a little about trying to get some confidence, after a performance like that. Do you feel like that this is the kind of performance that can elicit some confidence?
Well, I'll tell you, tonight on the sideline, there was not a lack of confidence, and that's a huge step for this program. And, we talked about it all week, about being level and not being too high, not being too low throughout the course of the game, because, it's going to be a battle from start to finish, and I thought our guys did a great job handling that situation. So I thought the confidence level on the sideline was excellent.
Rob, it seems like you're developing some pretty good rhythm with BJ down there. Just you guys feel pretty comfortable with each other, and you feel like he's a guy who you can rely on a little bit?
I think we're all continuing to learn and to get comfortable with each other and to get comfortable with this offense. And, I think that everyone will continue to see us improve. We have the talent and we have the guys on the team that are good enough for this to be a really good offense.
Last one right here.
Daryl, you came out of that first time out there in the first quarter with 12 guys on the field. Just what happened there had to be a little bit frustrating after coming out.
Offensively or defensively?
Defensively, when you were trying to stop Notre Dame on their last drive, you
Oh,
called that
yeah.
timeout, came out with 12 guys. What happened there?
They were trying to change the personnel group based on what Notre Dame was showing, and we couldn't get, the two guys that were running off were on the opposite hash. We couldn't get off in time. Obviously, a huge mistake.